Hey, greetings everybody. GleeCon here again with another episode of Lore of Warcraft. So we've been reading the Ashbringer series. It's a little four-comic thing. So this one came out in January '09, and I always kind of mix up when World of Warcraft came out, if it was '04 or '06. It was '04. So this basically came out right in the beginning of Wrath of the Lich King. So it's probably being written, especially the first couple of issues, right at the time, like to coincide with when it came out. So this is really, I believe the Scarlet Crusade existed before Wrath of the Lich King. Actually, I'm like 99% sure, as well as the Argent Dawn. But some of those things become more important, and they have different versions in Wrath of the Lich King. But I also think it isn't more than that. It's important to find out, how do you have these Death Knights that are independent of Kel'Thuzad, independent of the Lich King and himself. And I think that's what the purpose of this series is really all about. Now, where does it come? As we've seen so far, this is all just happening kind of in between Warcraft 3 and World of Warcraft. But I think we're going to push forward here, possibly. But whatever, we're pot committed. I think it would be interesting if I ever get through all the content. At the end, I would maybe do some bonus episodes where I reorganize things a little more thoroughly. But all right, so this is the third issue of the Ashbringer series. This is a cool picture of Dathrahan, I believe, one of the original 5 paladins. Originally a decent dude, but he is possessed by Naxxramas at this point. Looks like we still got the same writers and artists, and this episode is called Naxxramas. So this is what makes me think it's really Wrath of the Lich King, because yes, Naxxramas technically existed. As a matter of fact, we've already talked about it before the third war even started. So this, again, doesn't really mess with us in terms of our timeline. However, yeah, let's just kind of go and see how it goes. Western Plaguelands, Chillwind Point, base camp of the Argent Dawn under the command of Maxwell Tyrosus. The troll you speak of was called Zabra Hexdarian. We found him at the old monastery. Your father concluded that he was blessed by the light and spared his life. This connection he claims to share with your father. I guess such is possible. For Alexandros to be alive, though. The troll said my father's spirit had not departed. I can only hope that means he's alive. Zabra told me to seek out a fortress above Stratholme. I've heard of it. A bastion of the Scourge from which the Lich King's Lieutenant Kel'Thuzad spreads the undead plague. So that's where my path will lead. I must know my father's fate. Brother Maxwell, come what may. That was bad reading on my part, sorry. You have a plan, then? If the fortress is as formidable as you say, the Argent Dawn lacks the numbers to mount a full-scale assault, but a handful of us may be able to steal our way in. So be it. I will gladly fight by your side. I forgot, I'm not scrolling. No, you're the leader of this new order. Far too valuable a risk. And once your mind is set, there's no diverting your course. I know. Indeed, the apple did not fall far from the tree. Very well, once Officer Pureheart returns, and we don't know when that will be. I must leave soon. Every day wasted may already be a day too late. I would call for volunteers in the morning, if you'll allow it. By my leave, when you've liberated your father, we will be awaiting you at Light's Hope. The old chapel to the east. The same. Before you call for volunteers, though, there's something you should do now, that you should know. Following the attack on your father, when Fairbanks surfaced at Hearthglen, he accused Renault of being the one who killed Alexandros. Poor Fairbanks must have been driven mad. No matter how far the order has fallen, or how frustrated Renault may have become, such talk is preposterous. I'm sure you're right, of course. Your brother could never be capable of such an atrocity. You've done a very, very bad thing, Renault. Well, it's just water, Mum. No, son. isn't. You've done a very, very bad thing, and you will be punished. Ah! Scarlet Commander Renault Mograine awakens beneath sweat-soaked sheets. Now he's got a little mustache like his dad. The last traces of the now familiar nightmare seeming to linger in the morning air. Enough! You, ready my horse immediately! Yes, Lord. Chillwind. What I ask, I do not ask lightly, and I will not be offended by your refusal. However, if you're with me, and you would see my father liberated, then step forward now and be recognized. Hold, human. You were charged blindly into some undead fortress, not knowing if you'll ever see daylight again, to save someone who most believe to be dead. Is that the way of it? Yes, Grunholde. Why? Because he's my father. So here is where you can also tell now we have to be at least in the second half of Warcraft 3, again in that in-between period, because we have a blood elf here, and they don't exist yet, so we've gotten a little bit into that future again. That doesn't happen in... The blood elves don't really exist until the Frozen Throne expansion. Alexandros Mograine is a legend for the number of scourge he obliterated, the same scourge who nearly exterminated my blood elf brethren. It would be an honor to see the Ashbringer's fury unleashed once again. My name is Fairland Bloodscorn, and I hereby pledge myself to your cause. And I be Brannigan Thundermaul, son of Seamus Thundermaul of the mighty Wildhammer clan, and the last warrior alive to back down from a challenge. My thanks, Fairland Brannigan, and I think these two are the two that you run around doing quests with in Eastern Plaguelands. Maybe it's Western, I don't know, but I think they're the ones now in Cataclysm you do the wagon with them, but I do think their quest line existed before that. Hello, stranger, you are? He does not speak. The most we've been able to learn is that his name is Castilian. Well, met then, Castilian. Anyone else? I wonder if he is also part of that, I can't remember. He looks like the people from Diablo. So be it. We leave immediately. Human, wait. Without me, you fools will only get yourselves killed. Besides, orcs have fathers too. In fact, we take great pride in our lineage. Later. Does it make you nervous, human, to have an orc seated behind you like this? Not really. If any harm should befall me, who'd fly the griffin? Fair point. What do you know of that mage? Castilian, is it? Nothing. Something he's a spy sent by the Forsaken. Don't worry. I'll keep a close eye on him. For the moment, I'm more concerned with finding this fortress of yours. Stratholm lies ahead. I have an idea. Much like the city's ever-burning fires, these clouds seem never to dissipate. Perhaps it's time to expand our view. Well done, human. You're smarter than you look. I see no lookouts posted. That's because we're the only dimwits crazy enough to... Oh, that's because we're the only dimwits crazy enough to get near the place. Perhaps, Brannigan, or perhaps there's no way in save by sorcerous means. Those skulls, Fairland, they appear to be some kind of dots. Let's have a closer look. Well, there go our rides. I sure hope Castilian will be able to teleport us away when the time comes. The passage leads inside. I can't tell how far. I'll go in first and... No, human. Let Castilian go first to light the way. The stench of this place could choke a yeti. An earthen chamber above, empty. Faint light beyond. We go up then. Oonk. Did you hear that? Hushed noises just outside the light of your staff. Castilian. Huh. May as well be talking to a mana worm. Allow me to speed the process, little man. You have me deepest thanks, one man to another. There's more female here than you. Quiet. Did you feel that? A tremor and sound like... Shh. Your hand, quickly, quickly. Whoosh. We nearly lost you, human. Then where would we be? I'm not so sure our situation has improved. All around them, skittering, scrambling noises grow suddenly louder, frenzied, insistent. But Naxxramas! Make haste before they surround us! Spiders everywhere. So they're in the arachnid quarter. Boom. A doorway ahead. Wait till the others are through. Now! Tasty morsels. Which one shall I eat first? Castilian light. I've been too long without food, without blood to drink. Pay attention, lad, and I'll show you why we call our weapons storm hammers. By Kurgan, now that's what I signed on for. What is this guy? Maybe he is Forsaken. No more blood for you. I suggest we get out while we can. No! That way. Running toward the screams, eh, lad? That's my kind of moxie. Brill. Has the commander given further instructions? Lord Renault says to wait, so we wait. He's in no mood to be trifled with. I want the nightmares to stop. There was a time, perhaps, when I needed you to understand. That time has passed. I don't need you anymore. I don't need anyone. I'm a man now. Oh, he's smashing his mom's grave. Sir, are you okay? Grab torches and burn it. Sir? Burn everything. Goodbye, mother. Naxxramas. What do you think this place is? It must be where they put together those things, the abominations. I've never seen one like that. So they're basically doing the Naxxramas raid, and now they're in the construct quarter. Is it? Hard to tell. It is not moving. Yeah, see, this is the boss of the construct quarter. I forgot his name, but... Looks like that monstrosity was put together from the flesh of giants. I say we chop off its head while we can and be done with it. Sage advice, Master Darien. Oh, a bold strategy, Grunholder. But I wonder if it might be wiser to attempt moving on without waking it up. Too late. Agreed, then. Let's... What in the 7 kingdoms is that? Look! Ow! That's cool. As the monster attacks, Farrellin catches a fleeting glimpse of its syringe-like arm and the plague toxin housed inside. But it makes little difference. The needle plunges deep. Liquid death rushes in. Farrellin's body is a blazing furnace. Searing pain lances every nerve, and the Blood Elf's eyes feel as if they might explode. While below... Eat your bones! So much for not waking it up. I don't know who this is. We should have beheaded this nightmare when we had the chance. Yeah! Above. Farrellin battles through the unbearable pain in a fate that is sure to be worse than death. He lashes out. The creature is enraged. Then, the pain is no more. You'll pay dearly, you rancid sack of scrap. So, you're so keen on this plague yours, then go on. Have your fill. So maybe that is not that dwarf blood elf pair, because that dude's not supposed to be dead. Battering this creature's body is yielding little reward. Time then to aim higher. Cut his head in half. How fare you? I'll survive. I'm okay too, just in case you're curious. Ferelyn light resting wasn't so lucky. His sacrifice will not be in vain. Castilian is unharmed again. You sound suspicious. With good reason. Was he not the one who led us to this chamber? He is not to be trusted. Darian! My father's voice. Dad, where are you? Hurry, son, hurry! It's difficult to tell where the voice comes from. But it's him. He's alive. This is what we've been waiting for. Castilian, can you teleport us in the direction of his voice? I know it's difficult, but your best estimate. Now what? Dad, I'm here. Where are you? Oh, this is probably the war quarter, whatever it's called, with all the Death Knights. Welcome, lost child. Allow Lady Blammo to help you find your way. Leave, I beg you, while you still can. Stuff for stalking in it, Zeliek. You know I take no pleasure in this, quothas. Castilian, he's gone. The roach led us into a trap and scurried into the dark. I told you him not to be trusted. Who needs him? 3 on 3. Them's fair odds in my book. Isn't there 4 though? Oh, and it's their dad. Me and me big bloody mouth. Enough lip flapping, Zeliek. Zeliek, is it? You're first. Stand down, you dull-witted twirly bird. Ah, you swing like a ninny, you weak-rested mole rat. Dad, what did they do to you? Yeah, he's an unholy Death Knight. What are you doing? It's me. Open your eyes, it's me. One less threat, human. Where's that father of yours? Look no farther, green skin. Ah! Oh, he killed her. You may as well crawl back into your hole, you beggy-eyed tusspot. Kiss me arse, you self-noggin Nancy boy. Wanker! Git! Dad, why are you doing this? This isn't you. You're a vessel of the light. Light, dark, 2 sides of the same coin. I was righteous once, but now, boy, that worm has turned. This is insane. You have to wake up. Don't do this. It's me. Can't you see that? It's your son. I am no longer what I once was. I am the shadow now. I am the void. Come to your senses. I'm here to help you. Help? Why? Because I love you. Love is a fairy tale. I feel nothing. Hang on, Darian. Hang on. I'll be with you soon as... Forgive me, brother. This is not my choice, but you must die. The master commands it. Ah! That'll be enough. Out, you. You should have died a long time ago in the stream outside our house. I'm going to finish what fate started the day you were born. When Master Kel'Thuzad returns, he will feast on your Castilian. That'll do with the parlor tricks, magic man. Bopped him in the back of the head. There's that. Oh, no, you don't, boy. Oh, he froze him. Now you will serve the master for eternity. Now! Who stabbed him in the back of the neck? No, 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 no. I can't do. No! That's weird. Like, why did he? For a long moment, there's only the sound of Darian's tortured sobs. Too late. I was too late. Nearby, the Death Knight Zeliek stirs. When will it be over? When will I be released? How many more must I kill? Then a third voice, hushed, distorted, yet familiar. Run, Dad. But how? No way, behind you. Now. And for Darian, blackest despair turns to fervent hope. Hope that he was not, after all, too late. Hope that his father's spirit, guiding him out of the undead bastion, is not lost. Hope that the man who was Alexandros Mograine might somehow live again. Then in a room of portals, a host of undead. Thousands. Is that Northrend? Straight across, hurry. Woof. Back to the Plaguelands. Renault, take me to Renault. Scarlet Monastery. Our informants report that a large-scale scourge offensive is imminent. And what of the prisoners, Inquisitor Whitemane? What have they to say? Information extracted from them corroborates the informant's claims. They agree on the target as well. Hearthglen. The Forsaken are not an immediate threat. Round up a squad of our best soldiers, milady, and speed your way to Hearthglen. It will be done, my lord. Later, as Whitemane leads a squad of Scarlet Crusade soldiers to depart. I still don't understand why you brought me here. Will Renault know what to do? Can he help you? Oh, his dad's like speaking maybe from the sword. Help. Yes. Renault, I have an urgent matter to... You are not welcome here, traitor. How dare you show your face after siding with that crackpot Tyrosus? The Scarlet Crusade is the only true force for good on Azeroth. What could you hope to mean by... Renault, listen to me. I've come to talk about father. The sword. Why did you bring that here? What are you trying to do? You torment me. What are you talking about? Your family. I have no family. God, get that cursed sword out of my sight. Do you remember when we would grapple as children? I would hold you down until you blubbered, mewling like a kitten. Even then your pathetic weakness made me sick. I've severed the trappings of my old life, and now there is only one bond left to be broken. You, dear brother, are the weakest link. You just said the weakest link, but I added that. He tries to pick up the sword again. Ah! You're a weakling and a betrayer, and the punishment for betrayal is death. Then a voice echoes within the Crusaders' chapel, a voice hushed, distorted, yet familiar. Betrayal. You know a great deal about betrayal, son. Father. It can't be. Forgive me, father. Forgive me, I beg you. Killed him. You are forgiven. Don't look at me, boy. As quickly as it appeared, whoosh, the entity vanishes back into the sword, and all Darian's hopes, Dad, what has become of you? Are cast once again. What have you become? To shadow. Last issue, next issue, dust to dust. We had an issue called Ashes to Ashes. I guess that's where it started. Okay, so that was the end of that one, and that really wasn't too bad. So it really looked at kind of Naxxramas as a raid, which is all well and good. Saying 3, we should be on 4. it's just it doesn't really like. There's no reason why Naxxramas couldn't exist like that. So other than the fact that they're talking about the Forsaken, this could all still be happening technically before World of Warcraft starts. All right, so we got another episode in the pipe, 5x5. I thank everybody for watching, for listening. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time on Lore of Warcraft.